Welcome to my channel, Hidden Points. Imagine for a moment that you wake up in a world where everyone talks about fairness, equality, and balance. Yet, the moment real life begins, the rules shift, and every person secretly plays by a different emotional system. Today, we're going to dive into the silent tension that's breaking modern relationships. It's not about men being right or women being wrong. It's about the psychological double standards that both sides use without even realizing it. These double standards create confusion, resentment, and emotional distance. If you've ever wondered why people want equality in theory, but not always in practice, this video will reveal the psychological truth behind it. The truth begins with this simple idea. Humans don't seek equality. They seek advantage, comfort, and safety. People only support fairness when fairness doesn't threaten their comfort. The same happens inside relationships, where men and women both fall into patterns that make love harder and connection weaker. Many men say they want emotional openness, but when a woman expresses real vulnerability, they feel overwhelmed and pull away. Many women say they want a strong, decisive partner, but when a man stands firm in his beliefs, they interpret it as coldness or a lack of sensitivity. These contradictions aren't intentional, they're psychological. They come from deep inside our survival wiring, from the culture we grow up in, and from the expectations we absorb without questioning them. In modern dating, people want independence while expecting support. They want freedom while expecting loyalty. They want to be chosen without choosing back. These contradictions are the double standards that break relationships slowly from the inside. Now, imagine a couple sitting together, arguing. Both are convinced they're the one giving more. Both are convinced the other is taking more. Both are convinced they are right. This happens because each person measures effort differently. A man might see effort as providing solutions, stability, and presence. A woman might see effort as emotional sensitivity, communication, and comfort. Both are giving, and both feel unseen. This gap creates pressure and misunderstanding. Slowly, it becomes a competition for who is more exhausted instead of a partnership built on mutual growth. Let's go deeper. Modern culture teaches people to demand what they want without teaching them to hold themselves accountable for what they give. Accountability is the rare ingredient of modern love, and without it, double standards grow like weeds. One partner says they want honesty, yet they become defensive when they hear the truth. One partner says they want respect, yet they ignore boundaries when it's inconvenient. This tension creates an emotional imbalance where both sides start keeping score, counting sacrifices, and replaying every moment where they felt misunderstood. This is the beginning of emotional distance. Nobody wants to be the first to bend, nobody wants to be the first to apologize, and nobody wants to feel like they're giving more. So, both hold tighter to their double standards, thinking that if they let go, they will lose power. This transforms relationships into power struggles instead of emotional partnerships. Now, look at the expectations society builds around men and women. Men are taught to stay strong and never show weakness, yet they're also expected to be emotionally available and sensitive. Women are taught to be independent and strong, yet they're also expected to be soft and comforting. These mixed messages create impossible standards for both sides. Nobody knows which version of themselves to become. People try to be everything all at once, and it leads to overwhelm, insecurity, and confusion about what a healthy relationship even looks like. Let's uncover the deeper psychology behind these double standards. They aren't created by cruelty. They're created by fear. Fear of losing control, fear of losing love, fear of being hurt, fear of being replaced, and fear of not being enough. Fear makes people impose expectations on others that they don't meet themselves. For example, someone might demand high emotional intelligence while refusing to work on their own emotional triggers. Someone might demand loyalty while keeping backup options. Someone might demand stability while living in chaos. These contradictions come from fear, not malice. Fear is powerful because it works silently, affecting every decision and every reaction. People don't realize they're projecting their fears onto their partner and calling it fairness. Now, imagine a world where both partners begin with honesty instead of defensiveness. Imagine they say, "Here is who I am, here is what I fear, here is what I expect, and here is what I can give, here is what I cannot give." This kind of honesty destroys double standards instantly because it forces both sides to face reality instead of hiding behind excuses. When people become self-aware enough to see their own contradictions, they grow. And when they grow, their relationships grow. They stop expecting perfection from their partner and start building balance with them. Modern relationships would become stronger if people understood one truth. You cannot demand what you refuse to practice. You cannot expect what you do not give. Double standards disappear when accountability becomes part of love, and when two people say, "Let's build something real," not something based on culture, fear, or entitlement. As we near the end of this journey, let's break the illusion once and for all. Equality in relationships doesn't mean sameness. It means fairness. It means flexibility. It means recognizing that both people have emotional strengths and emotional weaknesses. The goal is not to win the emotional battle. The goal is to learn how to move together. When men and women stop fighting for advantage and start fighting for understanding, everything changes. Double standards fade, and connection grows. Modern love becomes possible again because people finally see each other without filters, fears, roles, and expectations. They see a human being who is trying just like them. This is how relationships heal, evolve, and survive in a world that makes connection harder every year. This is the truth modern relationships desperately need. It begins with awareness, self-accountability, and the courage to drop the double standards the world taught you and discover your own truth instead. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more insights.